Hello guys, welcome to Epic Eats with Pam and Trey. Obviously Pam does not look dressed or ready to do this because I'm not. I had some major dental surgery yesterday, and so I am going to let Trey do this creamy chowder recipe that we have found on Epicures packet, and so I'm going to let him take over for tonight's What's for Dinner Wednesday, and I know he's going to do a great job representing us. So.
Of course.
All right, babe. It's all you.
Well, let's get started. The creamy chowder meal prep kit is intended for a lot of different options. You can add different vegetables. You can add different proteins. Obviously, the base is clam chowder's historic, but you can certainly substitute accordingly. We're going to make a ham chowder tonight. We were going to make a corn and ham chowder, but our oral surgery took care of that for us. So anyway, so we're going to go ahead and start with this and get it going. To begin with, we've got 2 cups of water in our multi-purpose steamer, and then we're going to add 2 cups of chopped potatoes, and then we're going to add 3/4 of a cup of carrots. And then we're going to add from our prep bowls, and then we're going to add 3/4 of a cup of celery. We'll talk more about everything that we're using here tonight in just a minute. I want to get this in the microwave and get it started. So we want to get these vegetables stirred up in this water, and we're going to put them in the microwave in the multi-purpose steamer for about 8 minutes. 7 to 10 is a good number, but we're going to go with 8 and see how that works out. And if it needs more, we'll give it more. All right. Let me get this right. It's my turn to mess up the microwave. There we go, 8 minutes on the microwave. Okay. Well, first I want to tell you a little bit about this whole chowder situation. So you have this wonderful creamy chowder mix, and we're going to add it into 2 cups of milk. And I didn't bring the scissors. Let me see if I can barbaric this thing open. No, maybe not. Maybe I can find an assistant who will give me some scissors, bless her. Always something we forget, right? So we're going to add this to the milk, and we're going to let it begin to infuse. And then it'll sit here until the time is right. I'm going to mix this up. So just to tell you a little bit about the chowder options, on the back of the packet, there's options for seafood, corn, clam, obviously, and then on the in the raw to ready cookbook, which is a wonderful thing. You'll see a section just on chowders, and there it speaks of black bean and corn, New England style, West Coast style. Ours isn't in here. We're going to do it ourselves. That's another style that everybody's welcome to, which is just to figure out what you want. So we took basically the clam chowder recipe as it came on the packet, and we're just substituting ham for clam. And so that's this is a wonderful book. When you get one, hang on to it. It's amazing. So we're going to put this aside for now, and then just want to talk to you a little bit about Epicure. When you're watching this video, you'll see in the video description, you'll see a link to a party. If something catches your eye here and you want to order that, please go to that link, catch that party, and put that sale on that party. The Epicure products that we're using tonight specifically are the prep bowls. They're 1 cup prep bowls, silicone lids, 100% food safe silicone, and we've got these set. We think they're wonderful for a number of things. Not only that, when we get done, if we have some leftover vegetables, we can put it back in the fridge, just in that container. We also used, in preparation of all the vegetables, which you've seen, we've used the Pro Paring knife. This is the Epicure Pro Paring knife. It's a black ceramic knife, and it comes with the sheath. This thing is hard to see, isn't it? Okay, so you see the knife now, and it's all good. So we used that knife. We also used Epicures two-sided cutting board. So this cutting board has 4 feet on both sides, and we used it when we cut our vegetables, and again, you've already seen that. So wonderful cutting board. You can cut meat on one side, vegetables on the other for one meal, and not have to worry about contamination. That's one option that we like anyway. So anyway, those are the primary, and the multi-purpose steamer. Probably the single best Epicure product in my mind is the multi-purpose steamer. It's very effective, does a great job of prepping your food quickly and with minimal additives required. For example, with potatoes, last night we made baked potatoes, and those baked potatoes, washed them, put them in the steamer, put them in the microwave for, I believe it was about 10 minutes, and they were done beautifully all the way to the inside, and there was no water added. They used their own water to steam within the steamer itself. So a wonderful, wonderful thing to have. And then of course, I guess it goes without saying, we use the creamy chowder Epicure package. So the next thing I want to talk about is the never ever list. One of the wonderful things, and I'm not going to read it all because we don't have that much time today, but one of the wonderful things about Epicure is their never ever list. You see how long it is? That's why I'm not going to read it to you. You go to the website, epicure.com, this never ever list is available to you. And it speaks to what Epicure does not put in because they feel like it has some level of danger. So it's a whole list of acetic acid, acetyl acetates, it just goes on and on and on. BHA, bleached flour, mostly GMA certified. A lot of it is also kosher certified. You can look and see if the particular item you're looking for is kosher. There's no hydrogenated or partially hydrogenated oils, no high fructose corn syrup, no gluten. So I mean, there's a whole list. I'm not going to bore you with the whole thing. It's a scientific read. But you'll see that Epicure takes a lot of care to make sure that the products you receive are healthy, good for you, and will only produce positive health results for you and for your family. So yeah, that's the never ever list. I really encourage you to go read it because we can't read it to you in detail because we can't say half the words correctly, and but we want you to have that option. I want to talk to you a little bit about hosting a party. So another option, a lot of people will come and say, oh, I just love the multi-purpose steamer, or I love this, or I love that. And they can be, depending on where you are, they can be financially stressful to be able to get everything you want. Well, one option you have is to host a party. Right now, that party is an online party. Unlike the old days where we all met at somebody's house, now it's done online. And hopefully soon, we're able to do in-house parties again. So for now, you can host an online party, which really just comes down to you sharing the things that we put out. You share it with your friends, you encourage your friends, and your friends makes purchases on your link for your party, and then you get credit for that. From 1st of September, your credit would be a $20 free. You would also get 10% of your order. So if you had a $300 party, you get $30. That's $50 that you can use for a product. And then you also have the option of getting 50% off a single item, which can be quite lucrative if you consider that you might buy a month's food supply, or you might buy the packets, or you might buy a steamer. So that's a pretty handy amount of money, half off of a large item with Epicure, and then you can use the remainder of the cash to pay for the other half. I had a party, my party qualified. I used all my money and my discounts and bought $78 worth of merchandise for $5. And so, I thought it was awesome. So that's an option that you have. If you want to host a party, please hit us up. Hit us up on our Facebook page, Epicures, Pam and Trey, and let us know that you'd be interested in doing that. And again, the vision is that you have friends that will watch and potentially buy off of your party, and that's where you make your money back, or you make your effort back. And so you just have to share with your friends and encourage them and get them to come along. So our vegetables are done, or within seconds of being done, and we're going to pull them out of the microwave. And we're going to take a look, and we're going to make sure they're reasonably soft. We're going to still cook this some more, so they don't have to be by any means mushy. We just want them to be mostly cooked. And these are mostly cooked. I think we're going to give them another minute. I know you probably can't see, right? But we're going to give them just another minute to soften up a bit more, or two, and then we're going to go from there. This is, again, the wonderful steamer. Get this thing going here. The times. Always remember, I mean, this is unique to me anyway, and it's using the microwave to make full meals. Around this house, microwaves were typically used to warm food. When we took food out of the refrigerator, leftovers, we warmed it. And that was the bulk of what we did with the microwave. And now we find ourselves with a multi-purpose steamer cooking in the microwave, full meals, and it's a great convenience, a great time saver. In the evenings when you don't want to spend a lot of time over a hot stove or in the kitchen for the length of time it might take to cook on the stove, the microwave is a great solution. One thing about your microwave, every one of them is a little different. So you'll see times, and there'll be time ranges on all the recipes. But once you get a feel for your microwave, you'll begin to understand if I go to the upper end of that range, the lower end of that range, depend upon the power that your microwave puts out, the way your microwave cooks. And so for us, we're still learning that. That's not true. For me, I'm still learning that. I think Pam's got that pretty well down pat. But I'm still learning how much time we need in order to do that. So after this is done, we're going to add our chowder milk and chowder spice mix to that container, and then we're going to put it back in the microwave for about 5 minutes, cook it uncovered, and at that point we're just trying to thicken up the chowder. That's pretty stupid, isn't it? Alright, so I've gone 2 more minutes on the vegetables. And just leave that open where you need it. Always be careful, steam in this is going to come out, and we don't want it to bite you. So, yeah, the vegetables are plenty good. The potatoes are just soft, pork tender. So we're going to add in our milk and our spice, and then again we're going to put this back in the microwave for 5 more minutes. Ooh, hot. All right, we'll let that cook, and we'll be right back to you. So did you catch it? I put it in there with the lid on. We want to cook this last 5 minutes while it's thickening. We'll cook it the lid off, help some of the water evaporate away. If you look at it right now, I would say it's thickening up pretty nicely. I think it's lovely, lovely. The next step we're going to take is we're going to add our protein. In this case, we're going to add ham. It can be whatever you want it to be within reason, obviously. So we're going to choose ham. And so we're going to go ahead and mix that ham in there. This is looking, smelling exceptional and looking beautiful. And then we're going to cook it for about 2 more minutes. We're basically going to reheat it, heat the ham. Generally the meats you're going to put in it are going to be pre-cooked, but if they're not, clear it. This will take care of it. So in our case, we're just really warming up the ham since it's already cooked. We're going to go ahead and plate this in a few minutes, and we're going to go ahead and get to eating. You'll notice this bowl is for my baby who's not going to be able to eat very much, and this one's for me. I'm a couple weeks out from surgery, so big bowl for Trey. And yeah, this is looking really good. So we'll get back with you when it's done, but it's looking really good. All right, well, the microwave just finished up. So that means dinner has finished up. We'll all take a look at it together. It's an amazing smell in the house. And So yeah, how beautiful is that? Potatoes, carrots, celery, ham, wonderful, wonderful creamy chowder mix. So I think this is going to be more than wonderful. While I played this, let me tell you, this was about 17 minutes of microwave time, and about total 30 minutes when you include prepping the vegetables for cooking, cutting and those things. So yeah, I would say this is an amazing chowder without regard for time, but in 30 minutes or less, I think it's exceptional. So when we serve this, we're going to serve it, we eat cheese on everything, so we're going to serve it with cheese on it, and because that's what we do. And so we have some grated Tillamook cheese here that we can use to top this up. We do like to top with cheese. Don't tell my doctor. Yeah, my doctor wouldn't have a problem with it. So there we go. So that's some Tillamook sharp cheddar, and I don't see any reason in wasting a bit. Anyway, so wonderful chowder, 30 minutes or less, depending on how fast you chop vegetables. I chop them very slowly, and it's a wonderful, wonderful meal. So thank you for joining us. If there are any questions that we're not answering, any information you need that we're not providing, please jump on our Epic Eats with Pam and Trey Facebook page, drop us a message, drop us a note, comment on the video, and we'll be happy to clarify anything that we might be not telling you, or not telling you clearly enough. Anyway, thank you for joining us. Be sure and join us on Epic Eats with Pam and Trey on Facebook, and we'll see you next time. Thank you.